Ew, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, there has been a realignment in college football. So we went from a Pac-12 down to a Pac-4. You had different Power 5 conferences. You had the Pac-12, you had the Big 12, you had the Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC. Basically, we're down to Power 4 because Pac-12 is now Pac-4 because basically Pac-12 doesn't exist anymore. This video is all about the Big 12. So, I love what they did. Commissioner Yormack has done. Currently, they have 14, but Texas and Oklahoma are joining the SEC, which is kind of what started the whole dominoes, because you had Texas and Oklahoma go from the Big 12 to the SEC. You then had UCLA and then USC join the Big 10, and then that kind of started off a big old game of musical chairs. Pac-12 basically doesn't exist anymore. Big 12 and Big 10 basically ate the Pac-12 for lunch. So, let's kind of do a little bit more deep dive. We had in 2021, Texas and Oklahoma announced plans to move to the SEC in 2025. Big 12 then invited BYU, UCF, Cincy, and University of Houston joined in 2023. And then we also have Colorado, Arizona State, and Utah join. So we got Coach Prime, and we got Colorado, and then we also got Arizona State, and Utah joining the Big 12. So this is a map as it currently stands. It's taking some time to load. Basically, much of the Big 12 will now be focused in this area of the country. You got states of Utah, Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. 5 schools in Texas. Will be 4, but that's because Texas is leaving. So, current members: Baylor, BYU, Central Florida, UCF, Cincy, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas Tech, and West Virginia. Future members: Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. We have some affiliate members, but I actually really love what the Big 12 has kind of done. You add states, media markets. You got Denver media market, you got Arizona. I love that they have kind of focus on kind of like a coast to coast. You have from West Virginia all the way to Utah. It's not entirely coast to coast because you would have to add colleges on the west and east coast, but there's been talks for Gonzaga to join potentially for basketball, and there's also been talk for UConn to join just for basketball. So if that were to become reality, then the Big 12 would in fact become coast to coast. I mean, technically you already have one already on the coast. You got Florida down here with UCF, so you already got that furthest reach to the East Coast pretty much wrapped. You might add UConn, you might add, maybe a Boston College if the ACC disintegrates. Potentially add Gonzaga up here in Washington would effectively complete that coast to coast conference that the Big 12 could be. So I actually think they did a good job in their expansion. I think they can go further. I think they could definitely add a few more. Just obviously they're adding 4, but they could obviously add more. I think if we shoot down to potential revenue, so Converter renewed its media rights with ESPN so far 6 seasons with an estimated $380 million average annual fee. So about 380 million average bringing in for the course of 6 years. So that's about 2.5, about $2.6 billion. But then you add in the schools that they're adding, I think you can get more money than just the 2.6. I think you can even get up to 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 billion if you add more than just these 4. So I think the Big 12 did a really good job with adding so that they can present to media, these different distributors in the media, and talk about how they've added more media markets to potentially bring in more money. So I think the Big 12 did a really good job. I think for right now, I think they're done expanding, but I think that they would benefit greatly from adding more. Maybe that's Gonzaga, maybe that's UConn. There's been talks about that, but overall, I think the Big 12 did a really good job. And of course, I had to have Prime as the thumbnail because huge fan, love Prime. Deion Sanders, he's a legend. So that is the video. That's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Deuces.